Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to NPR, a devastating fire broke out at a pub in northern Bangkok early Monday morning, killing at least 27 people and leaving several others injured. The blaze occurred at the Nalad Prao pub around midnight, sending thick black smoke billowing into the air as patrons desperately tried to escape. Firefighters arrived at the scene and brought the fire under control within approximately 30 minutes. Thai Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul visited the location and confirmed the death toll, stating that many of the victims were found trapped in the restrooms at the back of the venue. A performing musician reported seeing smoke emanating from a circuit breaker near the stage shortly before the power cut out, followed by an explosion. While the exact cause remains under official investigation, this incident recalls past safety tragedies in Thailand, such as the 2022 pub fire that claimed 14 lives and the infamous 2009 Santika nightclub fire in Bangkok, which killed 66 people during New Year's celebrations. According to DW, relations between Poland and Ukraine have plunged into crisis over historical disputes dating back to World War II. The row escalated after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky bestowed an honorary title on a military unit named after the Ukrainian Insurgent Army, a nationalist group responsible for massacring up to 100,000 Polish civilians in the 1940s. In response, Polish President Karol Nawrocki stripped Zelensky of Poland's highest honor, which Zelensky subsequently returned. At a recent NATO summit, Nawrocki and Zelensky failed to resolve the issue, with Nawrocki declaring that glorifying the UPA is non-negotiable. The dispute has fueled political backlash in Poland, where the far-right opposition accuses Prime Minister Donald Tusk's government of compromising national security by delivering Patriot interceptor missiles to Ukraine. To counter the criticism, Poland's defense ministry disclosed previously classified data showing it has provided approximately 3.8 billion in military aid since Russia's 2022 invasion. However, the diplomatic fallout is already affecting future military cooperation, including a proposed exchange of MiG fighter jets, raising concerns that Poland's vital arms support to Ukraine could be severely curtailed. Palau's President Surengo Whips Jr. has expressed deep concern and rising nuclear anxiety in the Pacific following China's recent test launch of a nuclear-capable ballistic missile into the South Pacific. Speaking to RNZ, Whips criticized the opaque nature of the launch, noting that Palau was not informed beforehand, which violates voluntary pre-launch notification treaties like the Hague Code of Conduct. He compared this to U.S. missile tests, which follow transparent notification protocols. Whips also accused China of acting like a bully, stating that Chinese Special Envoy Chen Bo did not mention the test during a recent meeting, and instead lectured Palau on how to manage the upcoming Pacific Islands Forum, PIF Summit. Despite these tensions, Whips confirmed that China is welcome to attend the summit as a dialogue partner, alongside Taiwan as a development partner, emphasizing Palau's open-to-all approach. However, he urged Beijing to respect sovereign nations and promote peace. He expressed hope that the PIF summit will focus on crucial regional issues such as climate change and sea level rise, rather than geopolitical defense discussions. According to Al Jazeera, Mali's army chief, General John Elise Dow, announced that approximately 30 Malian soldiers were killed and 60 others wounded, including several in serious condition, during a military operation to retake the strategic northern town of Anefis. The town, located about 100 kilometers from the rebel-held city of Kidal, was recaptured after nearly a week of intense fighting against insurgent groups. Anefis had been captured on July 4 by Tuareg separatists alongside fighters from an armed group linked to Al-Qaeda during a series of coordinated attacks across the country. Following the battle, the Tuareg-led Azawad Liberation Front acknowledged losing some of its top fighters, but claimed to have inflicted devastating material and human losses on the government forces and allied Russian paramilitaries. Mali has been battling a complex security, political, and humanitarian crisis for over a decade. While the separatist forces and Islamist militants are often ideological opponents, Al Jazeera reports that at least 9 people have been killed in the latest exchange of drone and missile strikes between Russian and Ukrainian forces. Overnight Russian attacks claimed 4 lives in Ukraine, including 3 in the central Dnipropetrovsk region and 1 in the southern city of Kherson. Meanwhile, Ukrainian strikes killed 5 people, including 4 in the Russian-occupied town of Enerhodar, home to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and 1 in Russia's Samara region. The escalations come as Ukraine struggles with a critical shortage of munitions for its U.S.-made Patriot air defense systems, leaving it highly vulnerable to Russian ballistic missiles. In response, NATO countries pledged additional Patriot munitions during their recent summit in Ankara. Furthermore, U.S. President Donald Trump indicated a willingness to license the domestic production of Patriot missiles within Ukraine. To address these issues, at least 25 heads of state, representing the Coalition of the Willing, are scheduled to convene in Paris to discuss further military support for Kyiv and coordinate international pressure on Moscow to end the conflict. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.